The woman everyone hates. Hilal Altınbilek, Dilan Çiçek Deniz. Lately, everyone is talking about these two women. One made headlines with her cosmetic procedures, the other with her words. But now, it's as if all the actors have been harboring hatred for these two women for years and are now pouring out their resentment. So, why is there so much hatred for these two women? What did they even do? Well, get your teas and coffees ready. Our video is starting. Hilal Altınbilek was initially known as the pretty girl. She once played characters in series like Çukurova and Karagül who were dramatic, suffering, but at the same time stone cold beautiful. But over time, the image of the ice princess in front of the camera stuck to her behind the scenes as well. There was a period when rumors spread that she couldn't get along with her co-stars and caused problems on set. Subsequently, the tabloids labeled her as capricious, cold, and even conceited. It was claimed that she once had problems with Murat Ünalmış on the set of Çukurova, and there was talk of constant tension on set. Another time, Kerem Alışık and Uğur Güneş, who were also in Çukurova, got into a major fight. After this fight, Uğur Güneş left the series. As you know, Uğur Güneş played the character Yılmaz in the series, and he was everyone's favorite character. If you're going to ask, what does this have to do with Hilal Altınbilek? Let me explain immediately. At that time, Hilal Altınbilek was dating Kerem Alışık, who was much older than her. Uğur Güneş's fight with Kerem Alışık also severely shook his relationship with Hilal Altınbilek. The set was impassable due to tension. Shootings were constantly disrupted, and because of this, Uğur Güneş decided to leave the series. Moreover, the series was incredibly popular at that time, getting huge ratings. One of the biggest reasons we talked about Hilal Altınbilek was that she had a completely different look when she first started in cinema compared to her current appearance. Hilal Altınbilek had already been introduced to us as a cold, distant woman who took herself too seriously. Unfortunately, in Turkey, female actors being reserved is often defined as being stuck up. When a male actor is distant, he's charismatic. When a woman is, she's called cold. Somehow, this equation never changes. Hilal Altınbilek was already being portrayed as a cold and conceited person. On top of that, when she came to the forefront with rumors of cosmetic procedures, she transformed into a deeply disliked woman. In her early years in the series Karagül, Hilal Altınbilek had more natural facial features. In later projects, her lips became fuller, her nose more upturned, and her cheekbones more prominent. And immediately, the classic social media comments started. We didn't recognize her. She's made her face like a statue. There's not even a single mimic. Beautiful but artificial. However, Hilal never made a clear statement on this matter. She neither said I had surgery, nor did she say I'm natural. Actually, no one expected such a statement from her anyway, because there were quite significant differences between the former Hilal Altınbilek and the current Hilal Altınbilek. To some, Hilal Altınbilek is now the representative of artificial beauty. To others, she is an actress who plays her roles with her energy, not her face. Things escalated on social media to the point that even her series began to be evaluated based on her face. For example, in a scene where she cried, viewers wrote, "How can you cry with all that surgery? Your mimics don't move." It's necessary to accept that some actors are not suitable for certain roles. With her appearance and demeanor, Hilal Altınbilek doesn't seem very suited to playing a village girl or a poor or middle-class woman. This is precisely why she became a major topic of conversation with the series Sahtekarlar she recently starred in. By the way, the cast of the series is very good. It initially includes Haluk Bilginer. I mean, Haluk Bilginer is a man who represents our country on a global scale, incredibly talented, well-liked, one who has even shared leading roles with Angelina Jolie. I attribute why someone like him would take part in such a series solely to economic difficulties and the anxiety of earning money, because I can't comprehend what such a man is doing in a silly series like this. Anyway, getting back to Hilal Altınbilek in terms of style and appearance doesn't resemble a neighborhood girl at all. Among actors, a discussion started. Why are people with no credibility cast in series instead of believable characters? The person who lit the fuse for this issue was Beni Yıldırımlar's words. After watching the first episode of Sahtekarlar, Bennu Yıldırımlar couldn't resist and made the following statement. I wonder whose idea it was to give the role of the poor girl from the neighborhood to the most obviously cosmetically enhanced one. There were those who supported this comment, but there were also reactions against Bennu Yıldırımlar. On social media, some agreed with Bennu Yıldırımlar, while others said, "You're just jealous." Bennu Yıldırımlar was also a very popular and famous name, especially in the 92nd and 2000s. Later, she fell out of favor due to some of her political stances. Here's a reality. Especially nowadays, women are almost starting to become a single type. Everyone has the same fake lips, fake noses, fake facial surgeries. Yes, people have the right to live in a way that makes them feel happy and comfortable. But, you go out on the street and there are women with strange appearances. And they all do this to be beautiful, and I think they all end up looking uglier than each other. The strange thing is, many of them do this to look beautiful and attract men, but men themselves say they prefer women who look more natural, not ones who look like that. So it's an incredibly vicious cycle, and when you criticize this issue, you become a misogynist. Anyway, the response to Bennu Yıldırımlar's post came from Dilan Çiçek Deniz. Not everyone should act like an expert on every subject. Acting is not a sacred profession like being a doctor or a teacher. I said, they shouldn't exaggerate the importance of acting anymore. Of course, this event blew up on social media. People said, "What are you belittling acting? You earn that much money and say it's not sacred?" And all hell broke loose. Suddenly, all the tabloid shows started asking all the celebrities what they thought about this issue. And all the celebrities started lashing out at Dilan Çiçek Deniz. Hilal became one target for criticism, Dilan another. Dilan later made an explanation. Acting doesn't save human lives, but that doesn't mean the art is worthless. I was just trying to say they are different fields, she said. But unfortunately, no one on social media cared about the context. A single word was taken, blown out of proportion, and Dilan began to be judged with the disrespectful label. Criticism started like, not everyone loves their job, not everyone finds their profession sacred and valuable, but to exist in this profession, they get surgery. Some actors reacted particularly strongly to Dilan Çiçek Deniz. For example, Ekin Türkeli said, "Acting is a very sacred profession. Shame, I'm sick of you, of the spaces you occupy. Disrespectful, ignorant people with no sense of hierarchy." Burak Sercan also said, "I can play a doctor and a teacher, but they can't do what I do." Acting is the most sacred profession in the world. And this time, he ended up belittling other professions. Melis Sezen also said, "Acting is absolutely sacred. Those who don't like it shouldn't act. Let them go and continue with their cosmetic procedures." Pelin Karahan, however, said, "I also don't think acting is a sacred profession." Feyza Sivilek from Kızılcık Şerbeti, the Cornelian Şerbe, of course didn't stay out of these discussions either. "I am very natural, I am proud of my naturalness. Acting is a very good profession. Why is someone who criticizes acting even working as an actor?" "Everyone has already turned into the same type of woman, constantly getting this and that done," she complained. So, as you understand, many famous names started getting involved in this issue. We also have to accept this. In real life, all these celebrities are rivals. So, it's perfectly normal for them not to like each other and to criticize each other. What do you think about this issue? Can someone with obvious cosmetic work really not play the role of a poor girl? Or is acting truly as sacred a profession as teaching or doctoring? Please write your opinions in the comments. By the way, Hilal Altınbilek chose to remain silent again amidst all this chaos. Actually, Dilan Çiçek Deniz was trying to defend Hilal Altınbilek, but Dilan Çiçek Deniz began to be perceived as the one to blame for the whole affair. And by remaining silent, Hilal Altınbilek left Dilan alone in this arena. Don't forget to write your opinions. We'll see you in the next video. Bye!